Emilio Garcia, and we have with us Mr. Andrew Barker and interviewing Mr. Jorge Ferraez. We'll be back in about 30 seconds.
Thank you.
So you're not, you're recording or you're podcasting now?
Recording.
Okay.
When will this go out? In 2 or 3 days?
Even though there's music, we can still hear you.
Yeah.
He was asking.
Yeah. When will this go out? In 2 or 3 days?
Yeah. Welcome back to Success Paradigms. This is Emilio Garcia, and I have my co-host.
Andres, el pinche gringo.
Andres, the pinche gringo Barker.
Yes,
all right. And we're talking with Jorge Ferraez from Latino Leaders. And we're just at the point where we've heard of all the struggles, the politicians, the people trying to sue you guys, to you guys having a Starbucks in New York and thinking about launching something in the U.S. I'm guessing that's where your move to the U.S. came. So let's take it from there, Jorge. Tell us a little bit more how you moved to the U.S. and then what are you up to now and what's coming in the future.
So it's complicated because starting a new business is complicated by itself. Now, starting it in a country that you don't know is even more complicated. Of course, we knew the business. We knew that we needed circulation and we needed content. So the content it was easier to found. As I told you, we already had like 2 years touring the entire country. We knew some people in different Hispanic communities in different cities in different states through the U.S. And then we just needed to send the magazine to a lot of people in this category of leadership. So we started doing that. We started collecting names, and we established the company in November of 1999. And we opened the office. At the beginning, we started the office in Mexico City. So the magazine was made down there. We hired another gringo, this gringo was living in Mexico City. He was from Chicago. A very nice man, our first editor, and he was editing the stories, and we were doing all these interviews and bringing them and publishing these stories. And by the first year after touring and after traveling like crazy, I was spending more nights in a hotel room than in my house in Mexico City.
That's tough.
We decided that we needed to establish an office in the U.S. And we picked Dallas for many reasons. Texas was an important state for us to come. Close, not very expensive, easy to access, friendly with business and things like that. And we decided Dallas because for us at that time, we got the impression that Dallas was one of perhaps the most sophisticated city in Texas. So we said Dallas, and Dallas was not that Latino. And we wanted specifically a city that was not Los Angeles, not Miami, not New York, because if we wanted to start a magazine that needed to overlook the entire country, we needed to avoid falling into a bubble. So we wanted to isolate ourselves in a city that was not that Latino to be able to observe the rest of the country with the same importance. So we've been very happy here. We established the office little by little. The first office was my house. By the second year, we went out and hired, rented an office. We started, transitioning some of the employees from Mexico to here, or we hire here, or we fire in Mexico. And little by little, the production started to be complicated. And at the beginning, it was going to be a trial of 2 years and see if in 2 years this works, we'll stay. And in 2 years, the things are not looking good, and we haven't, and at the end of the first 2 years, we had a very positive situation with a lot of things still to be done, but we were enjoying the census of 2000 results, which means, and we will see it this year also, every 10 years when the census comes, the Latino and Hispanic populations are, all over the place, are in the media. People make projections on the purchasing power of the Latinos, and everything goes crazy. And the Hispanics again became the future of America, and everybody starts talking about that, and companies start having, and that kind of lasts the first maybe 2 or 3 years of the decade. And then you start seeing a decay on that. And by the 7th year, nobody talks about Latinos anymore. And we need to wait for 2 or 3 more years until the next census comes, and then everything goes up again. And that has been the story. We are gonna be 20 years in November of this year, and we have passed our 2 first decades here with that situation. But of course, every year our title has become stronger and better known. And I think me and my small team, which is great value for me and a great group of talented people, we've been able to put together an effort that looks to cover all that Latino leadership in the country. And although we are not a gigantic company, we're still a small company, but we try to cover everything, and we try to be everywhere. And these days, communications and digital platforms and web platforms are great, because that gives you the advantage of being in many places at the same time, like these podcasts that we are just doing now. And the magazine has fortified. We had passed certain crises, and we hope, and I am very hopeful and have trust that we will also overcome the COVID-19 crisis, which is affecting our industry very, very much, especially on the side of the events. But, it's one of those tests. And remember, the story that I have just tell you gives you moments in which we have put into a difficult situation to try to overcome that, and then we do something new that works.
Yeah, and that's what I admire. It's the thinking outside the box and rebuilding, re-engineering yourself, reinventing yourself as things happen, as things change. Because we all know stories of companies like Blockbuster and Kodak and Polaroid and all those companies that said, man, it's not going to affect me. And then next time you look around, they're not around anymore. That's so true. Yeah, and your side, I do see that you guys have a lot of different aspects. The online magazine, and you guys do a lot of events, which obviously right now with the COVID-19 has been obviously very, very hard to hit. But I'm with you. I think this is going to pass. I do think that things are going to change from now on. We are in a new reality where technology is proven once again how basic it's going to be and how needed it is. I have a good friend, and Andrew knows him. He's actually the one that started our podcast. He's launching a virtual reality business now. And I think that's going to be strong. And with this COVID-19, it's just made it more and more evident. But I congratulate you for having outside of the box thinking and coming up with new ideas. So Jorge, tell us, where can people find you if they want to get on your magazine, buy your magazine, even if they want to buy some space on your magazine? I know that's one of the main items here, and I've seen your magazine. I've enjoyed it for a number of years, and I'd love to hear a little bit more. How can people find you?
Of course. Well, Latino Leaders is not anymore just a magazine. from maybe 7, 8 years from now, we've expanded our brand to, as you mentioned, events, our website, our digital edition, which has gathered certain numbers in circulation, which is very good for us. And also now with this crisis, we are going also to see some new products that are coming from Latino Leaders, like videos and little postings that we're doing about the leaders. Our mission, Emilio and Andrew, is to connect the leaders still. Latino leaders need to be connected, and when they connect, they make success. They make things happen. They make the rain. They make, they are rainmakers. They are so we will keep telling those stories. We will keep producing content. And as one of our good friends in the media business said not long ago, content is king. So whoever produces the content, it's just a matter to find what is the right vehicle for that content to be distributed to the audience. We believe that our brand is now pretty strong. It's easy to find us in many platforms. So first of all, Latino Leaders is available in print, still is our largest circulation, but also we have a digital edition. Both of them, you can just log into latinoleaders.com, very easy. And you will find links to the digital edition. You will find links to previous editions. You will find links to the events and other things that we do. But also, for the first time ever, we are offering also Latino Leaders in the print edition through Amazon.com. So you can also, nice. all the magazine stores, most of them are cutting titles and all that, and we suffered that some years ago. But one of the advantages of this era is that now you can have distributors like Amazon, and you can get Latino Leaders through Amazon.com. Just look for that. You can get your copy, and it will be shipped to you in 2 or 3 days, and you will pay a fair price for that. So it's all over. Latino Leaders is in Facebook, is in Twitter, is in Instagram, it's in Amazon.com. We have our website, we have our digital edition, and it's just a matter of you following us in whatever platform is more convenient for you.
All right. Well, awesome. Jorge, thank you very much again for taking part of this. I think that we're going to have a second episode because I think there's a lot more behind it. I unfortunately feel like I rushed you a little bit at some points, but we'll definitely have to do this again. I really enjoyed it. I hope you did as well.
Yeah. No, I really enjoyed talking to you guys, and it's really good because telling your own story makes you think in many good things and make some reflection. So I appreciate also the invitation. We can do a chapter 2 whenever you want, or the Spanish version also whenever you want. Let me know.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you very much, Jorge. Andrew, any last words?
Oh, just fascinating, and thank you so much for giving us so much time. Truly fascinating.
Sure.
Yeah, it's been great. All right. Well, this has been Success Paradigms. Thank you very much for listening. We will have this posted probably by tomorrow, which if I'm saying it, you're already seeing it. But we have a weekly podcast. We're going to start the Spanish one called Paradigmas del Éxito. And if you want to be a guest on our show, just go to successparadigms@gmail.com or our website, successparadigms.com. Follow us on LinkedIn and everything like that. And again, thank you for being here. This is Emilio Garcia and my co-host,
El Pinche Gringo.
All righty. Thanks, you guys. Have a great evening.
Ciao. Bye.